Hey dolls, welcome to Pinkie's podcast. This episode may contain some naughty language, so if you're a delicate doll, bye bitch. But before you go, please hit like and subscribe. Thanks, honeys. Hi guys, welcome to Pinkie's podcast. Thank you so much for coming back. I am surprised and excited because my epic friend is here today and I didn't even know she was going to be in this country. So who knew? But I'm so excited. It's so fabulous. My amazing friend, boss babe, entrepreneur, everything about her. She'll try it all, honey. If there's a Hobby Lobby in the vicinity, she's in there, babes. She is in there. It's Julia Oliver.
Hello.
Hello. I mean, you've literally
what an introduction.
I don't know. You gotta have it, honey. But like, you've literally just come in the door. We've not seen each other for ages.
I know, it's been so long. How long has it even been?
Do you know? I don't know. How long has it actually been? When did we see each other? Was it Bristol?
I think it was Bristol.
Fuck. 2 years.
No, it wasn't. It was when we met up in Preston.
Oh, it was. Yeah. But we did, and we went to that. We went to that Jamaican place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was good. That we had good drinks cocktails in there. Oh yes, that was delightful.
But that was a very short visit, wasn't it? It was only like a couple of hours. But,
well, I was so excited for you to say you're coming to Scotland, and I was like, "Will you be on my podcast?" And you were like, "What?
Oh, really? Oh. Yeah.
I love it.
I was scared.
So we have a bit of a story of how we met.
Yeah. It is a strange one.
It's really weird. It feels like there's a bit of time travel involved. Like,
definitely.
Feels like there's major synth vibes involved.
Obviously there's the whole synth connection too, but I think what really bonded us in the beginning, because obviously we met through the LeBrock synth rave. But we realised that we came from the same town.
And we know the same fucking people.
Yeah, and it turned out that we probably crossed paths a million times.
Yeah.
We went to the same club nights. We hung out with
the
same people.
You came to my club nights.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing, isn't it?
And, you know, we must have been in the same room.
We were. I, honestly, it's such a weird thing because when obviously we became friends through the synthwave thing, and then I joined you on Facebook and things like that, and I was like, do you know what?
Yeah, mutual friends.
Yeah, and the more in the pictures, like, not saying I stalked you, but maybe I did. But I was looking at your picture, I was just like, no, yeah, she was there. I remember this. Yeah. And it's such a weird thing. I don't know. I don't know why we didn't know each other.
I know. Yeah, because we had a lot of mutual friends back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of mutual friends back in the day. Kim.
Yeah.
You know, from the burlesque days. And, you know, we were very close, me and Kim, at one time. And, you know, she was telling us all about her burlesque dancing and things.
That's it. I mean, you've probably seen me get my tits out, so I mean,
probably.
You know, I mean, at that point they were very not memorable, so I can excuse you that. I think.
You know, it's funny when you did the podcast with Yam, you were talking about like connections and things like that, and like we've gone back now and talked about all the times and things that we would have. Probably, you know, Spice Girls.
Yeah.
I was at the fence when you were at the fence. Yeah,
that is the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
So that was on the podcast with Nadia, and I was talking about I actually saw Spice Girls in real life.
That was it,
And then at Preston, Party in the Park. And when I posted that, you'd literally listened to it and gone, oh my God, I was literally at that fence.
At the same fence.
So that's pre-going out times. That's when we were little kiddles.
Yeah. I think I was maybe 16 or 17 then.
Yeah, we were young.
I'm a little bit older than you, so
well, don't know, honey. I'm a fucking vampire.
I even remember what outfit I was wearing that day. I was wearing brown bootcut pants and like an oatmeal top, because that was the fashion then in the late 90s.
Wasn't
the oatmeal body top shirt.
Yeah, like 50 Shades of Brown. It literally was, because I've got pictures. Do you remember the Crystal Maze?
Yes.
At Blackpool. They had like an experience thing.
Yeah, the experience.
And my pictures from that, I'm like, why do I look like a Victorian child? Like, what is my outfit? And I had like tan and taupe and like a crochet cardi and these
I had all
little
the crochet
shoes with a Cuban heel, and I was like, what was that? And I thought I was stunning, honey. Isn't it weird? So strange. But so it's crazy because now you live in America.
Yeah, and for me to meet you guys in England while I was trying to make friends in America, which still hasn't happened. I just ended up
bless you.
making a ton of friends in England. So now I have to keep coming here to hang out with my friends.
But that's cool, though.
Yeah.
That's cool. But, I'd say you need to just get to Hobby Lobby more and just start hanging out with the pensioners. That's what I did in Scotland.
Yeah.
All my friends up here are OAPs, and I fucking love them.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
My best mate, she's 84. She rock on me. She's incredible.
Yeah, I need to get to some of those crochet classes.
You do.
Yeah.
You need to do it. You need to do it. But yeah, so that's kind of how it started. And gosh, we did all sorts of stuff. And at the moment I knew that you were, and people think I throw this word around. I actually don't. The moment I knew you were fucking iconic was when you did your clip for our Nightmare video.
Oh my word.
It was too good.
I may have gone over the top a little bit.
I was obsessed. I appreciated it more than you knew. So people need to look at this. We need to flash up a clip of you doing this. But you fully went all out, Freddie, because the track was called Nightmare, so it was like themed on Nightmare on Elm Street, and you literally fully went for
Yes, I went
the
as
iconic
Taryn
scene.
From Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Let's dance.
Let's dance. Yeah, I made the outfit myself. Went to Hobby Lobby, obviously.
Of course. Was it open then? Because we were in lockdown, weren't we?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So I was able to go and get a few bits and bobs.
Love that.
But yeah, it took me a long time. I glued all the little diamante stud things.
I mean, this was intense.
Yeah.
It was fully thought out, this.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I mean, we were in lockdown. There probably wasn't a lot of other things
And there was
to
no
do,
YouTube
but
tutorial for a Taryn from Nightmare on Elm Street 3 costume. I just had to watch the film a
You
lot.
could totally do one now, though. Do you know what I mean?
And then learning the knife.
Yes,
twists.
that's what I'm saying. So not only did you do the costume, you did the full out thing, you did this mad like knife flip thing.
Yeah, but with combs, because I couldn't buy flick knives on the internet.
It was just, honestly, I was like, wow, because we put this call out just saying, guys, we want you to be part of our video, and just send in a clip of you being scared, or, just something that you think's going to fit along with this video, and this is a theme, and blah blah blah. And I mean, the clips that we got were out of control, but you won the fucking trophy, babes. You won it. It was incredible. Yeah. So we will flash this up because people need to see it.
Oh, and I went to the Goodwill and I bought an old brown curtain, and then I paused the movie on the brick wall that has
You actually did.
Taryn and Freddie in the heart.
Too good.
And I sat in front of the TV.
Painted
and I
it all
sketched
out.
it out onto
You're
the curtain.
incredible. You are some woman. I'm telling you. But it's like, this is how I knew we were just totally alike, because that's a bit of me. It's like, if you're going to do it,
Just go
do
extra.
it properly. Yeah. Fully overboard is not a word.
Oh, the hair.
Oh,
the
yeah.
hair.
The hair was incredible. Yeah, didn't you feck your hair up?
It
You
was
put,
yeah. I crimped it all so that it had some body to it, and then flipped upside down. Got to be glued.
Oh my God. Oh no.
I used the gel and the spray.
And this is the stuff that drag queens use. If people don't know, this is stuff that drag queens use to seal their wigs and stuff.
Yes.
And they throw themselves around and it ain't coming off.
Yeah, it was horrendous trying to get it out the next day. It was so bad. But yeah, full on mohawk.
Well, I appreciated it more than you knew.
It was very much
It was just
a
so
good fun.
good. And can I just say, I love you saying Goodwill in a Lancashire accent.
Goodwill. I went down to Goodwill.
I went Goodwill. Do you know what I mean? I feel like in this episode, people are going to go, oh, Pinkie's got really northern. And I'm like,
Yeah, it's catching.
it is. And because I've just been at home, it's like, I feel it's such a weird, isn't it a weird thing? You'll appreciate this. When you're like in a shop and people speak northern.
Yeah.
It's a trip, innit?
Yeah, it is.
Because you're like, for you, it's going to be like, Americans.
Yeah.
That's what you're used to hearing. And up here, I'm used to hearing pure Scottish.
Yeah,
people
all the time.
like
Yeah.
this, and then you go home and it's like, oh, bloody hell, he's in that. Look at the price of that. And I'm like, oh, I'm home.
Everyone loves it.
£9.
Yeah, my American husband loves it when he's in the stores in Preston, and especially when we go through Primark or something, and there's all these people just chatting away, and he's like,
He's like, what are they saying?
yeah, what's that even mean?
Oh my God. That's like Paul, to be fair, when we go to Preston. He's just like, he'll just stand there laughing, and I know what he's laughing at. He's just like, pure Lancashire in here, aren't they? And I'm like, yeah, it's great. Too good. But you know what you're getting with Lancashire lasses? We're real, honey. Real talk. I'm trying to think, the first time we met was Derby.
Yes.
So
that
in
was
person.
Yes, in person, yeah.
And that was amazing because pretty
that
much
was a
everyone was there.
surprise.
It was a surprise, so we knew.
Yes, I told you
were
in Yam.
coming. Yeah.
Because I wanted to surprise Danny.
Yeah.
Because you were bringing Danny with you.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell anybody else. So Paul, Lizzie, Dom,
There was
Anya.
tears.
Yes.
There was tears.
The
I mean,
looks
you've got to
on their
think.
faces when they saw me.
It was so good.
Because I was on the Discord like for weeks before going,
Yeah.
I'm so sad, I can't make it. Oh, I'm so jealous. You're all going to have such a great time without me.
But you were there. It was
Yeah.
so good. And you've got to remember, guys, this was like a long time. It's almost like, you know, when you watch these like they met online relationships and then they meet in person. It was that moment.
Yeah.
It literally was.
We weren't that long out of lockdown, were we then? It was like one of the first things out of lockdown, wasn't it?
But we'd all been chatting for like months and months. I felt like years, but we felt like we already knew everybody. And it's so funny because Paul will say, oh, I haven't met that person. But I just feel like he already has. I feel like we've just already met everybody. It's such a weird thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you forget who you haven't met in real life.
Yeah, because you just feel like you know them. Yeah, it's so strange. Because it's like you walking in there. No time has passed.
No,
Do you know?
not at
It's
all.
just, it's so funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, and then we went to, so that was Derby. And then when is it? Because you had a massive life-changing moment.
Yeah, so we did Derby, and then in the October it was Synthwave Live.
So did you go back home and you came back for that?
Yes.
Right, okay.
I think.
I couldn't remember if that was
Yeah, I
close.
can't remember if it was on the same
Trip?
or not.
Yeah.
No, it can't have been, because I think it was warm when we were in Derby, wasn't it? Was it warm?
Ish. I had a sequin blazer on. It was maybe a little bit
I had
chilly.
a sequin blazer on too.
Yeah, I think we did. I think
we're both rocking a sequin
that was
blazers.
kind of the uniform, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, October was when we did the Synthwave
Yeah.
live in Croydon. And that was the Saturday night.
Okay.
So Sean did his Synthwave live, and tons of people came to that from the Synth fam. And that was
Amazing.
wonderful.
And Sean is Yam's husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of Labrock.
Yeah.
And it turned out, and Daniel came over from Germany.
He did.
That time, which
Oh,
Eva's
bless
on.
him.
So I got to meet him in real life, and it was wonderful. And Lizzie was there, and Paul, because obviously they live down there.
So you've had this amazing night.
Yeah, absolutely amazing night. And I'd felt a little bit unwell that day, but nothing terrible. I just had a bit of a sore throat. I took a COVID test, and I was staying with my parents as well, and they're like, you know, getting on in years.
Yeah, so you were being really cautious.
I was being really cautious, and I've been taking COVID tests all that week, and they were negative.
Yeah.
But because I got the sore throat on like the Wednesday, I was really being careful and taking a COVID test every morning.
Oh,
Negative,
gosh, bless you.
negative. So on Saturday, I had a bit of a sore throat still, so I was just having like hall soothers and cough drops and things just to try and. But I didn't really feel like drinking. And then I was with Zoe and Barry.
Yeah.
And I said, I think I'm just going to have a drink, see if I feel better.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of shots.
Of course you did. I'm not going to drink. Let's have some fucking shots.
So me and Zoe took a couple
Pure
of shots.
Northern.
And then I was just dancing away with Alex. And I thought, I feel dead hot. But we were in a basement bar.
Yeah, of
In
course.
Croydon. So I thought, and it was October, so it wasn't.
Sweat dripping off the
So I
ceilings,
thought, I'm a
dinge.
bit hot. Like I just don't feel right, I'm a bit hot. So I went up, you know, to the light. And I was breathing up there for a bit and taking some deep breaths. And I still didn't feel quite right. But I just thought, maybe I'm just
In
tired.
what way did you just feel like?
I just felt like too hot and just like I was coming down with something.
Right,
But
not like you couldn't catch your breath or
No,
anything
nothing
like
like
that.
that at all, no.
And you
and
didn't feel panicked or anything?
No, nothing like that. I just thought maybe I'm coming down with something.
Yeah.
So, but I didn't feel like going home or anything. Nothing that bad. So,
Nothing's going to stop you, babe.
yeah, nothing's going to stop me at Synthwave Live.
Nothing a shot can't fix.
Yeah. So I think I had about 4 shots. And then I drank some water, which I never drink water because I don't really like water. I like flavour.
Yeah.
So anyway, the night ended and I was staying in the same hotel as Yam and Sean, but I was on my own. Evan was back in America.
Yeah.
So I went home, went back to the hotel, went to sleep. Next morning, Yam and Sean and me were getting the same train
Oh, okay.
back up to King's Cross.
Yeah.
They were going from King's Cross home and I was going from King's Cross to Euston to get back up north.
Right.
And we're walking to the train station. I started feeling a bit out of breath and I thought, gosh, I'm really not healthy. I really need to like start, you know, getting my health. I started feeling out of breath.
Wow.
And I put my card into the ticket machine to collect my tickets. And I just started to feel, can't breathe. And Yam went into the Costa to get a coffee and I was just stood with Sean. And then that was when it started. Pressure.
Oh, God.
Pressure. And my entire body just burst with sweat.
Oh my
Every
God.
single pore in my body just sweat.
Oh
I
gosh.
started to feel dizzy.
And was it tight or just
Yeah,
felt
it was like
just
an elephant.
pressure? Oh
Pressure.
God. Oh God.
And Sean just looked at me, and I must have gone white or something. I don't know, mirror, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
Sean said, "Are you okay?" And I'm one of those people that likes to hide things.
Me too. So this is what I mean. So at this moment, I mean, I've done it before. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be sick, I'm going to be sick. And
Yeah.
I literally ran a corner to hide.
Yes, I'm a
looked
hider.
up and I puked in front of an entire pub. So it didn't work. But I know exactly what you're saying. You go, oh, hide it, hide it, hide
Yeah.
it, hide it, hide it.
And I would be I'm so embarrassed of like illness or things
bless
like
you.
this. But I knew immediately
Yeah.
that something was wrong.
Yeah.
And I said to Sean, call an ambulance.
Oh my God. Oh
I
my
said,
God.
I need an ambulance, I need an ambulance. And I think he must have seen it on my face because he said, get down, because I think he thought I was going to fall.
Okay.
So he got me like down to my knees. So I was on my knees and I was holding on to my bag. I had like a wheelie bag. So I was holding on to my bag and just like every single pore in my body was just sweating.
Oh my God.
And I've never had anything like that before. Just my face, like my arms, my legs, everything.
Oh my God.
And I was cold. It was the weirdest feeling ever. But at the time, I did not think that I was having a heart attack, even though I was.
Yeah.
So Sean called an ambulance. And then I think Yam came running out going, what's wrong? With like a pastry and a coffee. And I said, something's wrong. I know
Yeah.
something's wrong. And I'm never like that, even though I've never called an ambulance.
And this is
in
the
my life.
thing. This is the thing. So we all know each other. In real life, we haven't spent time with each other.
I'd only met Yam like once
One
at Derby
time.
and Sean.
Yeah. So they're really, and this sounds like a funny thing, but you know, some people you think, oh, are they a bit over the top,
Yeah,
or
well, the
are they being like
ambulance
that? Well, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But you wouldn't know, would you?
Mm-hmm.
But when for you, because I know you, for you to go phone an ambulance, that really hurt. That I can feel that.
Yeah.
Like that makes me go, oh shit.
Yeah.
Because that's big for
I
you.
would never do that. I'd usually just be
No.
like, oh. But
Yeah.
the fact, and it's so funny that the fact that it happened there at Croydon train station,
Yeah.
because I could have been on the train,
Oh,
the
God,
fast train to
don't,
London, to Preston that doesn't stop.
Oh,
You know,
God.
straight to Preston.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I was there at the train station, and it just so happened that an off-duty firefighter was walking past.
Right, yeah.
And he knew exactly what to do. Mm-hmm. So he got me down on the ground, and he wanted to cut my dress off, and I was like, no.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, oh, I'm not dying
You're
yet.
like,
I'll take it
I'm
off.
taken.
I'll take it off. He wants to cut it. I'm like, I'll take it off.
Shit.
So I took my dress off, and then Jan put her leather jacket over me because I was like cold then.
Yeah.
And then he got all Sean's DJ equipment, put it under my legs
Okay.
to like raise my legs up, and then I think I had his laptop bag under my head.
So was he trying to cool you down then?
Yeah, well, he wanted to put the pads on me.
Oh right, okay, of course.
So we went and got the station staff, and they went and got the ding thing.
Yeah, the machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
The defib.
Defibrillator, yeah.
Yeah.
So they went and got the defibrillator, and then in the meantime, somebody called Paul and Lizzie.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been Yam.
Yeah.
And Sean called my mum
Yeah.
on my phone, and Paul and Lizzie arrived, and I think Daniel and somebody else arrived too.
Wow. Okay.
And then the Croydon train station staff were really good at first. They put
Okay.
big screens around me because I was like
Right.
literally in the walk-in entrance
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Croydon. And so all
Yeah.
these
The
people
ticket
are-
machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these people walking around going, what's going on here? And I'm just
my
lying on the floor.
God, oh my
And the
God.
ambulance took so long to arrive, and the whole time I'm going, I'm going to die.
Oh no.
And Yam's going, no, you're not, you're fine. You're fine.
She's to me. This is a thing. You want Yam there in a crisis because she's really calm.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, inside she is shitting herself.
She said she was.
Yes.
But at the time, she was like,
is.
no, you're not, you're fine. You're
But
absolutely
she's
fine.
such a good person to have around like that, isn't she? Because she goes, do you know what? It's fine. And you're like, really?
I'm
And
all
she's
good,
like, yeah. Oh, no. But you must not have even been aware of, or like you say, you don't even know the people that turned up. You were just like,
No,
yeah,
I
right.
remember seeing Paul there. I remember seeing Lizzie and her husband Adrian. And I remember seeing when I actually did get taken out of the station, I remember seeing Daniel and maybe Alex.
And how long do you think you were there?
I was on the station floor for 90 minutes waiting for an ambulance.
Whoa.
And Paul
Wow.
phoned them, Sean phoned them. A lot of people phoned 999 and asked them to hurry up, that I was having a heart attack. The firefighter knew I was having a heart attack.
Okay.
But they thought I was having a panic attack or that I was drunk.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then when the
Okay.
ambulance came, they just told me to get up and walk. I had to walk through the station. They didn't bring a stretcher.
Oh my God.
I know. And they walked me out, and it was all the way through the station to the back where they parked the ambulance. They didn't bring the ambulance to the front.
No way.
No, they walked me out.
And this fireman is telling them she's having a heart attack.
Yeah. And then they got me in the ambulance, and I think Yam and Sean, obviously, they had to go and pick up their daughter.
Yeah.
And they'd already sat there with me for 90 minutes and missed their train.
Yeah.
So luckily the station honoured their tickets and let them get on the next one. And so Paul said he'd come with me to the hospital. So he got in the ambulance with me. And they didn't even put me on the bed in the ambulance. They just put me on a chair. And then she said, okay. Yeah, I know, it was really weird.
But why did so they asked you if you'd been drinking and things like that?
Yeah, but I said, I had a couple of shots last night, but not much.
Yeah.
And then they sat me on the bed. They didn't lie me on. They sat me on the bed, and then she hooked me up to the thing and she went, oh my God, you've had a heart attack.
Oh my God.
It
took that realisation. Get lost.
Because I was only 41.
Holy fuck.
And I was in really good health at the time.
Wow.
And obviously the only reason that I had a heart attack is because I had a COVID blood clot.
And that's what it was. Wow.
But they didn't find that out until later. I got to the hospital, they put me in ER, they gave me a COVID test, lateral flow, negative.
Okay.
And then they PCR'd me at the same time.
Right.
And the PCR came back positive later that
can
night.
I just say, right, this is what I'm saying. See, about all that situation, we look back on it now and we go, what the fuck, don't we? But see, even more so when you say things like that, because I remember when my granddad went into hospital during lockdown as well, the same thing. And you go, can we treat the person? Are we going to just see if, are we just going to test them for this, that and that before we'll even touch them?
Yeah.
What were we thinking? Do you know what I mean? I cannot even imagine that now because these people are trained. It's preservation of life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's so funny because I was in complete denial.
Oh, bless
in the
you.
ambulance. They were like, do you want some morphine? And I remember from when I had my foot surgery years ago, they told me that if I wanted morphine, I'd have to stay 24 hours.
Wow.
In the hospital. So when they said, do you want some morphine? I thought, I don't want to stay in hospital 24 hours.
She's just bloody told you you've got a heart attack. No, I'm not bloody staying in here overnight.
I know, so I was like, nah.
Oh my God.
So I'm on gas and air in the ambulance.
Oh my
But then
God.
obviously I'm going doolally.
Yeah.
So I'm saying all sorts of rubbish to Paul.
Oh my God.
And he's just sat there laughing and cracking jokes.
Oh, bless him.
'cause
I
I'm on
tell
the
you
gas
what,
and air.
though, he's the one you want.
Oh
isn't
God,
he
he was an absolute
what a legend.
star, Paul
I
was.
love him. Garnet, I love you.
Yeah, I love
He'll
Paul.
love that.
Yeah, I love Paul. I love you too, Paul. He was an absolute star. He stayed with me all through the ER part of it, in the A&E, and then they took me down to the ward. I know, he's lovely.
Oh, what a ledge.
He took me down to they took me down to the ward. They still didn't know I had COVID at this point because I tested negative on lateral flow. So they put me in ward, and then I think I had another mini heart attack.
Oh my God.
So then they told Paul he had to go.
And at what point? So why was somebody with you when you thought you'd had another?
Yeah, well, the lady in the bed opposite called the nurse because I was crawling up my bed. Apparently, I was delirious. I don't remember it.
Oh,
but she said I was crawling up the side of the bed, going, oh, making noises and things.
Oh, God.
So the lady in the bed opposite me called the nurse, and then they rushed me down for angiogram then. And they think maybe that the angiogram pushed the clot out, and then I was okay.
So what's an angiogram? How
It's
does
where
that
they put the
work?
wire in and have a look in there.
Okay.
So when they sort of put the wire in,
And where do they put it? Do they put it in your...
they put it in my wrist.
Right.
And when they put it in my wrist,
Sorry, I'm being a ghoul here. I'm just
Yeah.
really interested.
no, it's fine. Sometimes they put it in your groin, but luckily they managed to get it in my wrist.
Oh, yeah, hell no.
I just had this Manchester Bee tattoo done a couple of days before the heart attack. And they stuck it in there and they put the plaster on it. And then when they ripped the plaster off, they ripped half my ink out. So I had to go and have it redone.
Feckers. Should have got money off for that. Right, you're going to pay for this damage.
But it actually worked out good that I had COVID because they put me in a lovely private room.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and then I had a nice window. And because obviously Evan wasn't allowed, Evan flew out from America, my wonderful husband.
Yeah.
But he wasn't allowed in the hospital because I had COVID.
Do you know, this is all coming back to me now and I cannot believe this. I cannot believe what we were living through.
It was awful, yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, my
Just
brother...
you have a bloody heart attack during this.
I know.
What are you
Terrible,
like?
isn't it? And then my brother drove down to London.
I remember that,
because
yeah.
obviously my brother's up in Lancashire. So he drove down to London to meet Evan at Heathrow and then found the hospital and everything. And then the private room that they put me in had a window that looked out onto the cafe. So Evan could be in the cafe and I opened the window. And then we would talk on the phone because I couldn't quite hear him because I was a few floors up. But at least I could see him and he could see me. So it was nice. It was good having that cafe there.
And he must have needed your brother because he must have been terrified.
Yeah, and of course I'm not on the NHS anymore.
Of course.
So we had to pay for it.
Oh my God.
So then Evan had to deal with all the red tape
Of course.
American insurance, and
Yeah.
you know, the hospital didn't want to give us the paperwork. And,
Oh my
It was a
God.
nightmare.
You had insurance though, didn't
Yeah.
you? Yeah. Oh, thank
Yeah.
God. Jesus.
But yeah, it was a lot cheaper to have a heart attack here.
Here,
than pay
I was
for it.
going to say,
in
we were literally talking to somebody the other day, and somebody had food poisoning, didn't they? Was it in Vegas? And it ended up costing something like 30 grand or
yeah.
something just to get some bloods done. Or it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely
Luckily, we
insane.
have very good insurance.
It can cost like over 100 grand to have a baby in America. It's insane.
Yeah, it's mental. It's mental. Yeah, luckily we have Evan's job provides us with very good insurance, and we had travel insurance too.
Good.
So, but the actual NHS cost of our heart attack, they have a heart attack package.
Stop it.
They do.
Oh my God. No way. I bet there's a pamphlet and everything. I bet there is. Now, if you would like a grade A, we can help you this.
But yeah, it was
Some
actually very good.
complimentary Biscoff.
Yeah.
You know.
And my nurse was wonderful. I loved my nurse. And I can't remember her name, which is terrible, but I adored her. She was the best nurse. She was only a little younger, but she was wonderful.
I think we can forgive you this,
I
Julia,
know.
because you were not in a good way. God love you.
Yeah, one night in the hospital, I was so delirious that I convinced myself that if I took all my stuff off, you know, my things that attached to me and my wires and that, I convinced myself that if I took all them off, that I'd teleport home to America. And I convinced myself that twice.
What were you on?
Morphine, this, that, the other.
Stop it. Were they
Potassium
coming in
drips.
going, oh my God.
Yeah, they kept coming in and saying, "What are you doing?"
Oh
I'm like-
my God.
I was like, and I remember saying at the time, "No, I can go home if I just take these off."
Oh my God, that is mental.
Twice I did that. Took everything
No
off,
way.
and I just thought, if I lie here, I'll teleport home. But my brain told me that would happen.
Wowzers.
It was crazy.
And so how long did that go on for? How long were you in there?
I was in for 6 days.
Wow.
And then they finally let me out, but I was not free from COVID.
Yeah, so didn't you have to go to a hotel?
Yes, and then they threw me out.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I've forgotten all this. So when you got to the hotel, could you be with Evan in that hotel?
No, so we
you
had
had
to
to
get
be on
2
your
rooms.
own again. That was
yeah,
it.
so I was still in isolation, but Evan had to drive me from the hospital in London up north in full like hazmat gear, N95s, like gloves, everything. I had to sit in the back seat with the windows open all the way from London to Preston because I had very bad COVID.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he drove me all the way.
So you were not only so the COVID developed while you were in hospital.
It got a lot worse. Yeah.
Right, okay.
The throat was the only thing that stopped me being I was able to swallow was the morphine. I could not swallow. It was so bad.
Painful.
Yeah.
And were you coughing?
Not really. It was just horrendous sore throat and horrendous headache and fever.
But your body must have just been like battling.
Yeah.
So much. And so you said when they did the doodah in your arm that they pushed the clot.
They must
So
have
where
pushed the
was
clot.
it? Where was it?
It was, well, my heart attack was a Widowmaker's heart attack, and obviously it affects men more. That's why they call it the Widowmaker.
Oh, okay.
And there's a 12% chance of survival.
Whoa. You're incredible. You're amazing, aren't you?
I know, and I made it.
Wow. Go on.
Yeah. So it's
That's amazing.
Scary. It's a scary, scary heart attack that I had.
Wow. So why does that only really affect men then?
It does affect women too, but it's mostly a man valve that is affected.
Okay.
So it mostly affects men, and they call it the Widowmaker.
And so the clot was literally
Yeah,
in your
I mean,
heart.
what they think happened is basically I had very gloopy blood because of the COVID.
Okay.
And then some sort of clot occurred. It went into my heart, caused the heart attack, but it didn't form enough for it to kill me.
Right, okay.
So it loosened a bit,
like
and then it kind of formed a bit more when I was in the hospital, and then they angiogrammed and sort of flushed it.
Wow.
Sort of thing.
And
so,
do they mean to do that? Or
I mean, they do. That does happen with heart attacks.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
with angiograms, it can happen. It can help.
And then after that, do they scan you for blood clots? How does it
Yeah,
work?
so I went on a lot of medications then to
warfarin, things like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well, they didn't put me on warfarin. They put me on a different one that.
It's like a blood thinner.
Yeah, they put me on that made it pump harder.
Oh, okay.
So it pushed things through. Then like aspirins and all sorts of different things. They put me on blood pressure medicine. They put me on cholesterol medicine. But I didn't have heart disease.
No.
Or high cholesterol or
So
high
why
blood
were they
pressure.
giving you that?
Because it's standard for a heart
for
attack.
fuck's sake.
But it's funny because I didn't have any of those things. I had excellent cardiac health before I had the heart attack.
So they have literally from now they have gone, this is from having the vaccine.
No, they've said it was just from COVID because my vaccine was in February and the heart attack was in October.
Wow.
So they said it's just COVID. But if I hadn't had the vaccine, the COVID probably would have killed me anyway.
Wow. Yeah, because you had it so insanely intense. So then when you came out of the hospital and you stayed in a hotel...
It was in
Preston.
Yeah. So we looked at all the different hotels, and this one was the only one that said no COVID.
Oh, okay.
No COVID guests, please.
Right.
But I had to call an ambulance.
Where are you supposed to go?
I know, exactly. So, we played by the rules. I didn't leave the room.
No.
I didn't have any food delivered there or anything.
No.
Evan went and got me all my food, left it at the door.
Yeah.
I opened the door, took the food in. Like, we played by the rules. We did everything.
Mm-hmm.
And but I had a bit of a to-do one night, and I called the ambulance to check what I needed to do, and they said that they better take me in just to be double sure.
Okay.
So they took me in.
Felt?
Yeah, I just didn't feel right.
Right, okay.
So they took me into Preston, and then they let me go, but they drove me home to the hotel in an ambulance because I didn't have any transport home.
Right, okay.
So I think Evan had already gone back to America at that point. Mm-hmm. So they drove me back to the hotel in the ambulance, and then because I was infirm or something, I don't know, they escorted me to my room, the two ambulance men, in full hazmat suits. Oh my God. Like CDC.
Stop it.
Yeah, and obviously
Did you pass people in like the foyer and stuff, and they were like, oh my God.
And the hotel staff saw it, and then they were like, do you have COVID? And I couldn't lie. I was like, yes. And they're like, you have to leave.
Shit.
And threw me out the hotel.
Oh my God.
So I had nowhere to go, and so my
what was the contingencies for this? What were they thinking? Like, it's all right putting all these rules and shite in place, but... And then what?
Yeah, so I literally was recovering from a heart attack. I could barely walk. I had COVID, and I had nowhere to stay. So my parents had to go to my sister and brother-in-law's house, pick up the caravan, bring it home, put it on their driveway.
You bloody stayed in a caravan. Oh my God, I can't believe I've forgotten all this.
Yeah, so I had to stay in the caravan on my mum and dad's driveway.
Yeah.
It was October. It was freezing.
Yeah.
Luckily, it had some heat. But my poor mother had to cook all my meals and then walk out across a giant big garden, leave in the rain most nights, leave my food on the caravan step, knock, walk away, and I could come and get my food.
God,
and of course, I had COVID, so I couldn't taste any of my mum's delicious cooking.
I know, either. So you were just like, and your poor mum, and you're obviously, you know, like you say, your mum and dad were a bit older, so you were concerned about them.
And I gave my dad COVID too. I didn't realise, but they didn't want to tell me. But luckily, he didn't get it too bad, so he was okay. But then my mum and dad were having to isolate in the house away from each other, and then I was on the blooming driveway in a caravan. And then one day my dad came out and he knocked on the window and I didn't wake up and he thought I'd died.
Oh my God.
So he was panicking. It was just an awful, awful time.
Oh, yeah, Julia.
Horrible. And then finally, after 6 weeks, I got the all clear. I had to go for an echocardiogram and I got the all clear to fly home. And then Evan flew all the way from America again to come and take me home.
Yeah.
But I had to go with assistance at the airport because I just couldn't walk. I was in a wheelchair.
But the thing is as well, you couldn't because you've been so isolated. Yeah. You've had no exercise.
No, nothing.
Like and you know, you're thinking about that. And if people are sitting there and listening to that now and they'd go, and you've no interaction. You've got your phone.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's no human interaction. It's like being in prison.
Mm-hmm. My only lifeline.
And being poorly.
Yeah. My only lifeline was you lot. Yam and everyone, they sent me care packages.
Oh, we did.
Zoe and Barry sent me books. So I was reading books all the time. And then Yam sent me pyjamas and fluffy slippers, chocolates, teddy bears.
Amazing.
You guys were just amazing the whole time. And then I got like letters and people made things for me and sent me packages of stuff to keep me occupied. And it was lovely.
Mental.
Yeah.
When you think about it now, does it just feel like it's not real?
Right, like now I'm good, but I had PTSD for a long time.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
I had flashbacks, and I think just because it was so weird, like laying on a train station floor for 90 minutes had a big effect on me.
Yeah, and I'm all right, you'll go out and have a drink, but, drugs is not your bag, honey. So imagine you've had all these drugs as well. Yeah. I mean, that in itself is going to make
I hate taking pills.
Yeah.
And I just don't like putting stuff in my body. So,
no.
I mean, luckily I'm fully healed now. I don't take anything.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Are you actually?
Yeah, so last January I went for my last echocardiogram and my heart function's back to normal.
Amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
And that's only because it wasn't... I mean, it's a real heart attack, but it wasn't a... you've done damage to your body and got high cholesterol and high blood pressure and therefore you've now had a heart attack. It was a thing that happened to me.
Yeah.
And because
of other... things. Yeah.
And because I had such good cardiac health before the heart attack, I was able to repair my heart.
You can come back from it.
Yeah.
That's
and I don't
incredible.
have to take any heart meds anymore.
No, but you did loads of work though, didn't you?
Yeah,
you didn't just sit there and think, hope it gets better.
Yeah, I did cardiac rehab for 12 weeks, and that was hard. I did it.
So what does that involve?
So you do working out basically at the gym, but with a nurse and a
Now, I remember this because when I saw you again and you had your Apple Watch on and you were like, oh, right, I just have to be careful. And I'm like,
just
oh, right,
slow down a minute.
You were just constantly checking because you couldn't go
Can't go above a certain heart rate, Yeah. I'm pretty much okay now, although it did do it the other day when I was traipsing from blooming Euston Station to King's Cross.
Yeah.
Because it was hot and I was like, oh dear, calm down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I am pretty much fully healed. But I've just got to get back to
bit of paranoia though, aren't you?
Yeah. I've just got to try and build up my stamina a bit more now. And that sort of brings me around. Like, I have gained a lot of weight since the heart attack because I laid down for 2 years.
Well, you couldn't do it. You couldn't move.
Couldn't do anything.
You
look
fabulous,
exercise.
babes. You know what you?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, honey.
Always gorgeous.
Yeah, always.
But this body survived.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's when and I say all the bloody time, it's gratitude, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're grateful for that body.
Yeah.
Unreal.
It did a wonderful job of pulling me through.
Yeah.
It did the cardiac rehab. It did everything. And when I thought that, I was in a wheelchair, everyone was pushing me around in a wheelchair around Walmart.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I was ever going to walk again. I couldn't even walk for more than a few minutes.
Because your heart rate would go,
tired and just so... Like, I just felt like I was going to have a heart attack all the time. And I was scared too. It's mental as well because it was the PTSD. And I just thought, I'm just never going to be myself again. Yeah. I honestly felt like that. And, now I'm pretty normal again now.
Yeah.
And I think, wow. Amazing.
You are amazing. You are amazing. And do you not think as well, like, people could be in that situation and just give up?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was close to it. I was close to it, definitely. I was definitely close to it. And then I thought, no, I want to go to gigs again.
Yeah.
I want to, go to the gym again. I want to go walking again because that's something that me and Evan enjoy doing. We live right by this wonderful river with a river walk and everything.
Amazing place.
I don't want to be on the couch.
Yeah, this isn't you.
No. I'm a vibrant young person. I'm getting on a bit, but
you've got spirit, honey.
Yeah, I'm a vibrant young person and I enjoy doing things and I'm not going to lie on the couch anymore.
No.
So
that's amazing. I feel like you need to do some like empowerment talks and stuff.
Well, I still do my Nona yoga.
Oh yeah, do you?
Yeah,
love that. Just saying,
because I can do that. I can't do the other one yet.
Oh no, that's. I mean, to be fair, I am a bit mental, so no. That's the thing I get all the time. I'm like, God, I wish I had some of your energy, and I'm like, mate, I don't know where it comes from. I'm not caffeinated.
I know.
I'm not on sugar. I don't know what it is. Yeah. I think it's just life, isn't it? And I think, do you know what it is? It's when you have positive people in your life.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I always say that, like, when I met Paul, it went to another level because when you've got that support, and I would say that view for Evan, it's
definitely.
You want to survive. They give you that drive.
I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have Evan. Like, he did so much for me. He took over housework, cooking, like everything. He did everything for me when I first got back to America. He did, and he flew out to England twice.
Oh.
And took care of me.
Of course he did.
Yeah, and he took care of everything. I didn't even have to worry about, the paperwork and all that rubbish that all the red tape that he had to deal with. I just didn't even have to think about it. He just did it.
He just wanted you to get well.
Yeah. And he really did take over everything with the house and the food, and I literally just lay there for 2 years basically, and he just took over everything and did everything for me. Yeah, he's the best husband ever.
Oh, he is. I love him. Yeah. So you just like. I mean, where do we even go now?
I know from there.
Because it's just, but I feel like, no matter what you're going through, you can get through it.
Yeah.
And, and you can be in the darkest place. You can be in the darkest place. And, I speak to a lot of people, with problems. And because I think with what I do on Instagram with the lives and stuff, people, it's an escapism from where they are. A lot of people are at home and they can't get out, and they have medical issues and things that they can't do, but they just have that hope, and have the will to live. And if you've got that, you will. And you're just the shining beacon of that. Bloody hell. And so do you still have, is it the pericarditis?
Yeah, so I did get some pretty bad pericarditis afterwards, which is inflammation of the sac around the heart.
Right, okay.
It seems to have just gone away on its own over this last year.
Wow.
Which I'm so happy. It was so bad.
And what's the kind of repercussions of that? What does that
It
feel
just
like?
basically this fluid goes between the sac of your heart, and it makes you just not be able to breathe very well, not sleep very well, and it's like just a pressure, and it feels like you're kind of having a heart attack even though you're not.
Right, okay.
And they give you medication for it, but it doesn't really do anything. I know other people that suffer from it, and in the end they have to just have the sac removed so the fluid can't build up and it can't inflame.
But is that part of maybe like it's the body repairing itself, right?
Yeah, it's like an immune response basically. Like, something went on here.
Yeah, quick. Protect it.
So they treated it for a while, and the only thing that really helped mine was, unfortunately, opioids. So I was on those for a while, but I don't take them anymore. Thank goodness I don't have to. And it's sort of just like eased off over the last year.
And you say that with such ease, I don't have to take them anymore. There's shows out there, there's big shows saying that these people just get fully addicted to these things.
I know how they do, because when I took one, I was like, oh, this is great. I feel wonderful.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm surprised I didn't actually get addicted, because I do get addicted to stuff. Like, I don't mean drugs. I mean,
no,
like,
but that's what, do you not think and I almost think that's a bit of a northern thing, because it's the thing, like, my mum's like, she doesn't like taking tablets. I don't like taking, we sort ourselves out, love. We can sort myself out. And I think it is that kind of ingrained nature, isn't it? Of, I don't need none of that muck. I'll sort myself out,
Yeah,
it's weird, isn't it?
I hate just being like, I feel like it's a ball and chain as well when you're taking pills.
Yeah.
When I travelled out here to England, like, I had a huge bag of medication. I was like, this is a pain, and then you got to remember to take it.
That could have been a pair of shoes in
I know,
my bag.
literally, it was like the size of a shoebox. Seriously.
Oh my God.
It was ridiculous, the amount of pills I was taking. It was like 11 pills in the morning and 11 pills at night.
Holy shit, rattling.
Yeah.
That's insane. That is insane. So, I don't even know where to go, because people are just going to be sitting there going,
what the hell does she go through?
Yeah, literally, no, they really are. And this is the thing.
I'm fine.
Fine, look at that. I'm fine now. That was that fine now. But we share like a massive love of like Halloween, anything spooky, anything crafty. And I think that's what draws us together as well. And I also, because I remember when we did the Nightmare video and we sent you the artwork, signed and stuff. And honestly, to this day, when I think about it, I'm just like, oh my God, how do I deserve these people in my life? But we sent you that thing and you were like, I've taken it to get framed.
Yeah, professionally framed. At Hobby Lobby.
Of course.
But, and I wasn't happy with it when I got it back. And I was like, excuse me, this is not okay. Because I got it with velvet.
That was right.
And it was raspberry, what was it called? Raspberry fizz or something. It's just like your hair, right? And I was like, you can't even see it, the raspberry fizz. And we're like, well, you said you wanted an inch. I said, no, I wanted an inch visible of the raspberry fizz. You've put it behind the frame. I can not even see the raspberry fizz. So they redid it for me, and it's fabulous.
It's iconic.
That's like £100, that.
Oh my God. Julia, you're just mad. And
I've got museum glass too.
Oh my God.
So the sun won't affect it.
Oh my God. I'm obsessed.
I told you I get addicted to things. I'm addicted to Nona.
No, I'm telling you. And your new house, I mean, you've been there a while now, but oh my God. Yeah. It's literally, when you see, I'm just waiting for this viral video of your house with a freaking light show going off and like monsters and all the rest of it, because you theme that shit out, don't you, for every holiday?
Every holiday.
Like, this is why I need to live in America, because people don't get it. It's like when I was young, we were in America a lot, so that's then ingrained in you.
Yeah, you see it.
Yeah. And you just, people here, I think, they get it, but they kind of don't. I mean, now with social media, they can see more of it, but it's just normal. Like,
it's so normal.
Theming
and they start
everything out.
Now.
Yeah.
Like, people have been putting up Halloween stuff since like the end of August. I don't do it till October. I'm a bit more restrained.
Yeah.
But I've got a brand new prismatic spider this year.
I've seen that. You went to the shops.
Yeah, I went to buy some Aleve, which is naproxen. You can buy it over the counter over there.
Right.
So I went to, and it's like discounted at Sam's Club, which is like Costco, Walmart owned Costco. Right?
Oh my God,
And I'm like,
America. I love America.
I walked in there and they had this giant prismatic spider, 5 foot wide. I'm like, okay.
Need
Get
it.
in that.
Oh my God. Do you know, though, it's sometimes I think Evan will bloody kill me, because sometimes I think, I should send this to Julia, and then I go, maybe not, because I'll see a video of something, because there's one and I haven't sent it to you because I've just thought, no, he won't like me anymore. Oh. But it's a huge skeleton that's been, where's my mirrored pumpkin? It's all mirror balled.
Oh, yes.
I know, don't.
I love it.
That outside your house. Holy
I
shit.
wanted to make a giant mind flayer this year to put over the house, like, mind flayer in over the house.
Oh my God, are you doing it?
I really want to, but I don't think I have time by the time I get home. But we have got we've got this like tiny mind flayer that we stick in the grass, and then we put a big like spot behind it, so it's giant mind flayer on the side of the house. Like,
wow,
it looks really cool. But I want an
Holy shit.
actual mind flayer.
Yes.
Pool noodles and black bin bags. I think it would work.
I do.
Yeah.
I think you should do it.
Well, I made those 3 witches last year. Did you see those?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
With
good.
the mannequin heads. The kids freaked out.
So good.
Yeah.
And do you get all the trick-or-treaters as well?
Yes. Well, last year it snowed, so we didn't get as many. It snowed on blooming Halloween.
What?
I know.
The weather is weird now, isn't it?
Yeah, but I've got like a pumpkin with a speaker in it, and it blasts all like Ghostbusters and stuff out.
Oh my God.
And
We're going. We're going.
we live on the main road too, so we get loads of people driving by
God,
and
I
like
love
honking
it.
at us.
But that's it. And I used to say, when we were little, we would just drive the neighbourhood, and people were like, what do you mean? You're like, well, you just get in your car and just drive around, because it was like Blackpool Illuminations. It was like, this was the entertainment, especially in LA, because it was bonkers.
Yeah.
But it's like it everywhere, isn't it? They go all out.
Yeah, we live in the historic district, so all of the houses down our street are all like Victorian, and so a lot of the people like to do like the spooky stuff.
Yeah.
So we have quite a few down ours.
Please, can I come and visit?
Yeah, go on, you're always welcome to come and
I
visit.
might come next Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm planning an America trip.
If you come like before Halloween, you're going to get all the Halloween goodies. Just bring an empty suitcase.
He can't. He's gonna have one outfit. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna be like that. Right, you're taking note, pal. Nothing. You can wash your cracker knackers in sink, and I'm filling a case. I might even pay for another one. But that's all I can think of whenever I think about coming to visit you. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah. Because I would literally want to buy everything.
Oh, there's so much cool stuff. There's the Halloween stuff. Every time I go in, I'm like, should I just get a little bit more? Like, I've got loads of indoor stuff too. Like, just everything. Like...
Well, the thing with our house is that's out all year. It's literally the spooky house all the time. Yeah. But I feel like now the stuff here is starting to catch up, but it's not as all out as America. Yeah. I feel like, because you have all the really cool Hello Kitty.
Yeah, there's
spooky
so much stuff. There's like, and it's themed every year as well. There's like a different thing that everybody needs.
Oh my God.
It's so good.
I love it. Right, I'm coming next year. Coming to stay. Absolutely love it. So yeah, I think that's another draw for me and you.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to do our like lineage or something, because I think we're related.
I think we probably are.
Probably are. So I like to do this little random thing called a random fact. Have you got a random fact? Random fact.
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds? That's not my random fact.
Oh, right.
That's just me quoting Jerry Maguire.
Love it. Love Jerry Maguire. My uncle worked on Jerry Maguire.
Did he?
Yeah, he was a set dresser.
No way.
Jerry Maguire. Yeah.
Random fact.
I know. There you go. There you go.
Well, I have an anecdote, if you will.
Oh, okay.
A little random fact about my family. So, in the 60s, my uncle, Phil.
Phil.
Yeah. He was just riding down the road on his motorbike, and he saw this guy walking down the street with a guitar, and it was late at night, like 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
And it was a bit drizzly, and he thought, poor guy, I'll stop and see if he wants a lift. So he says, hey, do you want a lift? And he says, yeah. So he gets on the back of his bike and he drives him, and when the guy gets off, he was like, oh, thanks mate, thanks so much for the ride. And he says, oh, no problem. And he suddenly realised who it is, and it's George Harrison.
Stop it. No way.
And he was driving on Mather Avenue, which is just
So he didn't know when he picked him up?
No.
Oh my God.
He was just being a nice citizen. And it was on Mather Avenue, which is where he lived, my uncle and my mum.
Is this in Preston?
In Liverpool.
Oh my God, this is funny.
So Mather Avenue is where Fourth Lane Avenue is, where Paul McCartney grew up. So my mum grew up just around the corner from Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Wow.
So he must have been leaving Paul's we're guessing. My uncle thinks it was probably either 1961. So they were playing the Cavern Club at this point and getting famous.
Wow.
And he recognised him. And when he dropped him off and he was like, and he didn't know what to say. But he said he was watching an interview with him a couple of months later, watching an interview with the Beatles. And George Harrison said that he's absolutely terrified of motorbikes and hates riding on them.
Oh, no. Oh, no. So it was such a situation where I thought, I better be nice and get on it. But he was shitting himself as well.
The whole time with a guitar on his back as well.
That is mental.
Yes, that's been a story in our family for ages.
How mental is that?
Yeah.
Oh, my
George
God.
Harrison. So that's my little claim to fame. So,
yeah.
But yeah, my mum grew up right around the corner from Paul McCartney.
Oh, wow.
And obviously my whole family's been Beatles fans.
Yeah.
For years. I always tell people I'm named after John Lennon's mum, but I'm not. I just tell people that because it sounds fun.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that song Julia, that's it's about me that.
It's about me. Yeah. Love it. Well, we always sing the Midnight songs. We're always saying, Julia.
Yeah.
Love it. It was so funny, actually. We went to see the Midnight not long ago, and there was some guys behind, and I was like, play Jason. And he's like, play Julia. And I was like, Julia. And they were like, what? And I was like, you don't know. I was like, it doesn't matter. And he was like, But yeah, so funny. So do you have any tips or life hacks?
Yeah, I mean, I just think with everything that I went through, just don't sweat the small stuff.
Isn't it?
It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I used to be so like, oh, I'm fat. Look at I don't look nice in these clothes. Oh, I don't care anymore. I
Isn't
nearly
it?
died.
Yeah. You're still
And
here.
I used to be so paranoid about stuff and, so worried about this and that. And I think, I don't care anymore.
Yeah. It's perspective, isn't it? And that's, I think, what takes me out of, the dark things. And I've literally just said this on one of the podcasts about, I think women were just so, like, horrible to ourselves and, the beauty standards and all this bullshit. But I think when you sit and go, perspective... you've got it good.
It changed everything for me.
Yeah.
I just think, if I think when we get a flat tyre and my husband's like, oh my God, flat tyre and this and it's going to cost. I almost died.
Yeah.
Flat tyre.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring it back down.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Yeah.
I've smashed this cup. I almost died.
I know.
Everything doesn't matter anymore now.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and everything I feel like is just different now.
Yeah.
And I just don't sweat the small stuff.
No.
anymore.
And you're grateful.
Yeah.
You're utterly grateful.
Yeah.
And you're living it.
Yeah, and I totally don't take anything for granted anymore.
Yeah.
Just coming here, seeing my family and, I just take every single moment in because I could have died on Croydon train station.
Yeah, wow.
And that could have been it. I could have been 41 years old and dead.
Yeah.
And not lived
And you're
any
here
longer.
and you're fucking fabulous. Honey, you are bloody incredible. Well, I can't believe that you're even here. Like, it was such a shock.
It's quite a story, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I can't believe you're here today, like, just to just be here because it was just such a random thing. But I'm just so glad that you've come.
I'm just going to come up to Scotland.
Yeah.
So I'll come and say hello.
Yeah.
Do a bit of shopping.
And I was like, no, you can be on my podcast. You're like, what? No, honestly, you are incredible and we all absolutely love you.
Oh,
and just,
Yeah, I'm very grateful.
Keep being you, honey.
To be part of the synth fam too. It's a wonderful, wonderful group of people.
It really is, isn't it? And I say that to everyone all the time. I'm like, if you find your people.
Yeah.
And when you do, it's the best.
Yeah, that's why obviously my family too, but I always fly out here and I always try and see as many of them as I can, up to Scotland, down to London.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you doing that.
No problem.
I love you.
Love you.
Love you. Oh, thank you so much.